for their hometown guys. They're fired up and ready to go as they get set to match up with the Jacksonville Jaguars. Two teams here fresh off Week 1 victories. Who can keep it going as we're underway on EA Sports? This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now a first-time Pro Bowler from a year ago, Lamar Miller, looking for a seam but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is, and really a lot of the time they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold him to no gain.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked by Ronnie Harrison, and his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10. And now movement here right away. Maybe a sign of things to come with this crowd. A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. A shotgun give to Fournette. And this defense feeling the encouragement. They stop him at the line of scrimmage on the first play of the afternoon. J.J. Watt, the one that gets him down. On 2nd and 15 now. Foles. The open man is Westbrook. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
13.
Now Foles. The open man is Shark. It's complete. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. His first catch, good for 16 and a first. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Fournette, a first down carry. And he struggles to get a yard here, maybe a yard, down to the 31.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
55,
on 2nd and 9, Foles. A throw left side, complete to his receiver, Westbrook. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
First down. 180. 50 seconds. Let's put him on the buses. Let's put that team on the bus. Slam. Check.
Fournette running out of the gun. down to the 6-yard line on a pickup of 6 as he gets halfway to the goal line. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Bernardrick McKinney, the linebacker, picks it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
So a pretty shaky start here for both sides.
Yeah, each quarterback's throwing a ball to the other team. Do you think on both sidelines they're sitting them down and saying, okay, remember, this is the color jersey we're wearing. They're wearing the color. Let's make sure we get it to our guys, please.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Lamar Miller. And he'll take this forward only up to about the 7. A gain of 3, second down.
And that's frustrating for a defense because they've got them pinned down deep. And on the first play, they gave up a run that keeps an offense on schedule.
Yeah, because 3 to 4 yards, that's all you're looking for right there, right?
That's absolutely perfect, really, as a play call. You get 3 to 4 yards on first down. That's what they talk about us all the time, about being ahead of the chains or on target, ahead of schedule. They were after that run.
Here's a 2nd and 7 now from their own 7.
Check, 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 check. Hey, 31.
And they'll run it from the gun with Miller. And he will take this up to about the 8-yard line. Just a couple on the ground there, and that's going to bring up 3rd and about 6.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Man open, that's Kiki QT complete. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line.
First and 10 at the 27-yard line.
On first down, it's Watson. Hopkins on the grab over the middle. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 19 yards there on the catch and run.
And let's face it, that what we just saw there, not a surprise, is it? I mean, this is what he does well. And if you don't tackle him as soon as he catches the ball, this is the end result. Big yardage afterwards.
Got the speed, the agility, so good with run after catch. And we're only in the first quarter, so they better get a wrangle and a hold on that quickly.
Yeah, you're exactly right. And what's really difficult to try and defend him is if you want to press him so that you get him on the ground quickly after the catch, a lot of times he'll just run past you at the initial point of contact, and he'll go deep.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Throwing again is Watson. Over the middle, complete. It's Hopkins. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A gain there of 21 yards.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route. Drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. Watson going to give this one to Miller. And he'll get nothing there. Stopped right at the line as that will wind us down to the end of this first quarter of play. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
You go tight. You got tight. You got tight right there. 124.
Watson with a give to Miller. 4 yards on the pickup there as they get it back to a more manageable 3rd and 7.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
He's checking. Hey, Penny man!
Throwing on third down, Watson. Trying to force it to Hopkins, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the Michigan man, Jake Ryan. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line.
No doubt a very disappointing end to what was a pretty strong opening drive.
They had 3 points in their back pocket. It was there for them. If you don't like what you see, just throw it away. Make sure you get those points on the board. Don't get too greedy. He forced it there. You saw the end result.
He's going to loft this one deep left sideline. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. Second down.
But that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. Here's Foles. Shark's got it left side. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 12 yards there and a first down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. The slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Foles. He'll get this over to Westbrook. It's complete. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line.
Now that was well defended, and as a cornerback, what you're taught when you see a wide receiver screen, either you get underneath the play before the blocking forms, or you're going to have to fight your way through it by getting through some blocking. That was a really nice play there.
Now a throw here on 2nd down, and that's complete. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
They'll try and run forward with Fournette. He's going to run into a brick wall right in the middle of the field, and I don't think he got there. Calling no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1. On 4th down, on is Logan Cook to punt. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Fair catch called for and made, but now we'll have to see about the penalty. Football 101, you've got to let the guy catch the ball.
You have to know the ball is there. You have to know it's arrived. Otherwise, you're going to get flagged every time.
Now it's 1st and 10 after a costly penalty there on 4th down. Now a handoff to Miller. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
Hey, defense, let's go. Pick it up, D.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Watson. And he goes out right around the 39. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
47, 19, 44. Hey, watch your leg.
Watson to throw on 3rd and 1. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. A.J. Boye with a pick.
You hear me laughing, partner, and I'm not laughing at the situation, but sometimes you just get yourself into a rut. It's hard to shake yourself out of it.
Go!
A reminder coming up later tonight, Sunday Night Football, a good one from Atlanta. Eagles and Falcons, 8:20 Eastern. And then tomorrow on Monday Night Football, Odell Beckham back in New York, back in MetLife Stadium. Browns and Jets, 8:15 Eastern on Monday night. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield.
Now, that's often a surprise for the defensive guys when they see the big fella slide out of the backfield and catch the ball. Not something they usually go over in practice very often.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And he'll get that to Fournette, complete. Give him 2 yards on that play, and they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches. 2 minutes on the clock in what's been a scoreless first half. A reminder coming up at halftime. We'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in his 2nd week of the regular season. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
Here we go.
Back to throw now on first down. He'll find O'Shaughnessy open left side. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Foles. DJ Chark, the intended target. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down.
But one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown him a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after him. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. 3rd and medium, they opted to run instead of pass, and it worked. First down. Throw right side of the tight end, O'Shaughnessy. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. 2nd and 6. And he will not be able to get away as Foles is taken down. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. Well, Foles and the Jags now have to deal with a 3rd and long after that sack. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. They'll set up the screen to Fournette. Space to run past the 20. The passing game in rhythm right now for Pittsburgh. There's another first down.
Let's give a little credit there. The offensive play caller, since that the screen pass was available, whenever you're getting a lot of heavy pressure towards your quarterback, that's when you're thinking about running the screen and using that pressure against the defense. And it worked very well there for a first down.
He'll drop to throw. This is caught. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. They come out here in the eye. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? And he got a little aggressive too early.
And he did, wanting that quick takeoff as the ball was snapped. But I think sometimes those big guys on offense, they're pretty cagey too, right? They make those little sudden moves or those little subtle moves that get you to jump.
So the ball's moved to about the 1 after the penalty. 1st and goal. They'll try to punch it in with Fournette. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Leonard Fournette, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Jags are able to cash in for 6. Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here.
You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times.
Oh, the ball is hit. Watson lost it. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line. He had gained really good yardage, but that's what you tell your quarterbacks, right? Get down after you've got the run.
You don't have to prove your toughness. You know, I think that's what a lot of coaches are trying to preach to their guys. Get the yardage, get down, protect the football, and protect yourself from extra hits as well.
And he's not going to go anywhere as they get him down behind the line of scrimmage.
Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. 2nd and 14. The 20. Lee's got it over the middle. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. A first down there on a pickup of 25. Now a timeout. 7 seconds left in the first half. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. From the left hash, this from 37. The kick by Lambeau is good. So a late turnover leads to a quick drive, and in turn that quick drive leads to 3 points.
So someone makes a mistake, but how about the other side learning from that mistake, taking care of the ball, and making sure they put some points on the board? Well done.
And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
Crunch time, defense.
They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. The Jaguars in possession of the lead, and they will get the football as we are underway in the second half. This fielded a few yards into the end zone.
At some point, we're going to get it through our heads. Special teams, special teams, special teams. The spark that often wins games.
At their own 48-yard line.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. 33 yards that time.
Tell you what, partner, you get the football in his hands, just give him a little bit of open space. As we just saw, he can make you pay.
And he wasn't the top option there, but check down turned into first down and then some. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Out of the pistol, it's Fournette. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. This gain not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. They'll run it here. This is Deontay Foreman. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
At the 10-yard line.
Moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here.
Safety's creeping. Shift.
A handoff to Fournette. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. Only a couple yards there, and that's going to set up a long 3rd and goal.
Here comes the boom. I see you, boy. I see you.
Keep going right at him.
Right there in the middle. 55.
Yes, here we go.
That's trash.
Back to throw. That's complete right around the 8. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville.
We got 6.
D.D. Westbrook, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Jaguars add on to their lead. Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
Watson will bring up the Texans here 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Hey, 31.
44. Mike, 44.
From the gun, here's Watson. And this one complete to Will Fuller. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Give them 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give them a 1st down.
Texans, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 38.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Let's go, baby.
Out of the gun, Watson. Over the middle, that's caught by QT. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 25 yards that time.
Texans, 1st down.
19.
1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Set the tone, defense. Set the tone, defense. Let's go.
59.
50, Mike, 50. Let's go, tackle.
A shotgun snap for Watson. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary, they really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense, great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone, and especially against deep balls as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to them.
Mike's 47. It's our time. It's our time. Hey, check Mike 47. Check Mike 47.
Back to the air, Watson on 2nd down. He's going to loft this one deep left sideline. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by the former 1st-round pick, DJ Hayden.
Well, Brandon, this is a former 1st-round pick, and he's been a bit of a disappointment in his career up till now, but he's still got room to grow. And this is an excellent play right here to come away with the football.
Easy. Hey, sound one.
Come on, baby. Come on, let's go. Check 3. Pick that.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Leonard Fournette. And some room for him there as he'll take this up to about the 15. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
A good run got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3. Now Foles. Open man right side is Shark. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down.
First down.
180.
Check 55 to Mike. Go.
They'll look to throw here on first down. The open man is Westbrook. And some room to work. And all the way down to the 29.
Come on, baby. Let's
A
go.
big third down play there for the Jags. And even 50 yards. So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Here's a give to Fournette. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. The defense showing some anger after giving up the big play. This time they'll lose 1 or 2.
Tempo.
Mike 55. Mike 55. Here we go.
Now Foles off the play fake to Fournette. And he completes it to Westbrook. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-armed guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that.
And that ball is caught by DJ Chark for the Jags touchdown. DJ Chark, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Jaguars add 6 to their lead. Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
At their own 26-yard line.
Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their own 26.
Back. 54.
They begin with a run by Miller. And he will lose yardage on the play, back at his own 19-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 6, and it'll set him back for 2nd down.
Back at the 19-yard line.
Mike Popo. I'm coming after you.
On 2nd down, here's Miller. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. Back now in Houston, a lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. The Texans on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Back to throw, Watson. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. Here's Brian Anger now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. He stiff arms him, runs through the contact. And they will score. It's a Jacksonville touchdown. Wendell Smallwood, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Jaguars are pouring it on. Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And the lead will swell by one more. So 5 yards for running into. Lucky it wasn't 15 for roughing.
No doubt about it, because they protect the kickers and the guys holding the ball almost as much as they protect quarterbacks in the pocket. They don't want those types of injuries.
At their own 25-yard line.
Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. From the gun, Watson. Fuller brings it in over the middle. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. First down yardage on the first play of the drive. Give him 14. Watson now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Watson now. From the gun, he'll throw. Going for the deep ball. And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. Watson hitting Fuller with a big one. 47 yards.
Texans first down. 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. 10th carry now for Lamar Miller. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. A good response by the defense, sending them backwards after that huge gain last play.
Let's get it. What is that? 19. You go night-night. Go night-night. Check 99. Check 99. 24.
On 2nd and 15 now. Watson. And now he'll tuck it and run. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir, able to turn that into a positive gain. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Duke Johnson, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Texans cut into that lead. Bryant's extra point up and good. And the lead is down to 24. And after the touchdown, here's Bryant now to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Ready?
57,
They begin with a run by Fournette. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete. 4th quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you could put yourself in jeopardy.
The Jaguars on 3rd down. They have been superb. 5 for 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. Here's Foles. And that is incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. Here's Jones on the return. It's a 49-yard punt, but subtract 9 there for the return. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their own 26.
54. 47, Mike. 47, Mike. Mike, 47. And let's pin the mirrors back.
Here's Watson. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. Defensively, you look at the numbers. Another incomplete pass that we just saw, and they're under 200 yards passing for the game, so they've done their job on that side of the ball.
Yeah, recently I was actually working a game where a quarterback had a streak of 5 straight games without a 200-yard game, and that was a big talk both in his town and amongst his team. How do we get the passing game going? So big credit to them holding them under 200 today.
Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
47's the Mike, boy, 47. Check.
Watson on 1st down. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Hodges. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Call that a very strong gain of 24. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now a 1st down throw, Watson. And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it. And it took the ball off course. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
26.
Mike's Fofo.
Throwing again is Watson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Like a freight train off the edge, Calais Campbell with a sack.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. 3rd and long, it's Watson. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. All smiles and high fives on that defensive sideline. That interception will cap off what was truly a tremendous performance.
Yeah, if you can hold a team to 7 points in the NFL, that's the kind of day that you feel really good about. Now, I do know a few guys are going to think to themselves, held them to 7. If we'd made one more play, could have had our shutout.
Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
2nd and 6.
They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24.
You're not ready. Watch twist. Watch twist.
One.
Again, it's Fournette. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a 1st down. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
Down to a knee here. The defense still with a couple of timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them.
A loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 30-yard line.
So this will be a win for Jacksonville. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on ice.
So you get the sense that whatever was said at halftime obviously hit home. I think it's a little bit more than that, though. Obviously, there are words that are said, and, hey, come on, guys, we have to play better. But sometimes it's just sharpening your execution, sharpening your focus, and maybe doing the things you practiced all week without major adjustments, just